Hey everybody, and welcome to this Let's Play Spacebase DF-9 by Double Fine. This is the Alpha 3 version right now. I just picked up the game pretty recently. I haven't actually had much of a chance to play. I started playing yesterday. I played maybe 5 hours, and I had a bit of a base going until I suddenly had catastrophic failure, so hopefully I can take what I've learned and implement it into this video. This isn't really going to be as much of a tutorial video, although I will try to explain a few things that I've learned along the way, and hopefully help anyone who's watching in their own exploration of this very cool game. So whenever you start up the game, this is what you'll be looking at: the Milky Way galaxy and all of its magnificence. The top left side over here that you see cycling a lot as I move my cursor around. It's the basic description of each little sector that I'm scrolling over, and as you can see as I move, there are tons of them, seemingly infinite amount. So let's go ahead and let's click somewhere random, and it'll actually when you do that, it tells you on the sides what each of those things means. The stellar density. It's basically how many asteroids you have to work with. So the higher there are, the more you have. Now asteroids you mine out for matter, which is basically the in-game currency, and we'll get into that in a little bit. The warp gate, that lets you know how many other ships have a chance to come by. And now that could be good or bad ships. A lot of the times, at least from what I've seen, it's mostly good. I think the threat factor, which is the next one, has a big basis on that. If you have a high warp gate proximity and a high threat factor, I imagine you'll probably see a lot of really bad events come out. Now the magnetic interference, this is for derelict vessels. And what I've noticed is you generally either, and I haven't found a sector, but you either go for a high stellar density or a high magnetic interference. I haven't found both. I assume it's because derelict vessels, once you've cleared them out, you can either utilize them as part of your base, or you can totally scrap them for matter instead of having asteroids, which is another way to get currency in the game. So what I'm going to do, we're going to clear this out, and we're going to try to find something. I like to have a good stellar density, and somewhere with a very close warp gate, because I like to have a lot of people come by. So I think that sectors, 2035, probably one of the easier places to start, somewhere in here. And you can see it's kind of a big sector. I mean, I moved my cursor around, and it's pretty large for 2035. There's several clusters in there, so every tiny little mouse movement changes what your sector is. So we're gonna go with a extremely high stellar density, if I can get on it, and there we go. That's actually really good right there. So it looks like we'll be working in the lost quadrant. So once you found a quadrant or sector that you like, you hit accept, and then you hit your deploy button. And then we wait a long time, which goes by really fast. Alright, so this is the game. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. You start with your seed pod. This is basically what your colonists moved around in. And it doesn't really have any function beyond this point. You can demolish it if you want for some more matter. You can keep it around for something to look at. I know that if you look at the developer videos, they like to use them as little set pieces in their pubs and stuff like that, but it's really whatever you want to do. We have matter in the top right here. We start with 2,000. That is our currency. We also have our O2 capacity. This right here means that we have 3 citizens and 0 oxygen capacity. And right here it even says that we only have 8 minutes of spacesuit oxygen before they die. So the first thing we need to do is start building a base. So we're going to go ahead and go into that. I'm going to construct a room. And let's see. Actually, let me zoom out. Let's see. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. Normally, whenever the last game that I played, I just had tiny little chunks like these ones right here of asteroids, and they were all spread out. But to get all of this in one location is fantastic. That's really, really good. Okay, let's cancel this. Let's clear this out because I don't want to look at that anymore. So a base needs three initial things to function. For the most basic bare bones needs, the first thing you need is an airlock. Rather, you need life support, and then you need an airlock to get into your base where the life support is. The life support, of course, is what provides oxygen, and then we have to have a refinery so we can start breaking all this down to get more money to build a bigger base. So I'm going to start with a bit of a hallway here. Let's do like a 10 by 1 hallway, something pretty narrow. And then let's see. We'll do our airlock. Now I don't know the absolute minimum that this can be, but I found that like a 2 by 2 or 2 by 3 room is usually large enough to get the job done. So let me take a look real quick. And that's actually, I know that said 2 by 2 up here. It's actually a 2 by 3 room, 2 blocks across and 3 wide. I don't know why it does that. It might be just one of the bugs they're working on. Anyway, so, and then we're going to build our life support system. I'm going to build it over here. Now I like to build it about a 5 by 5. I feel like it kind of gives me a nice base to start. It's enough room for 4 oxygen recyclers, which essentially is enough for 12 people to survive on your base. Okay, so we have the layout set, and we'll build a refinery here in a minute after I get these guys something to breathe. Let's see. So we'll hit confirm, and then we hit play, and you'll see they're not going to do anything, and it's because we have to assign jobs. So if we go to our roster, or you can click on an individual person. Let's pause it again. Whenever you click on a person, and like I said, you can go to roster and then you can select a person. Doesn't matter either way. It gives you all of their stats. You have their health and how much oxygen they have. If they're in space, it'll always give you a timer. When they leave the base, they have 8 minutes of oxygen no matter where they're going. Their morale, which plays into a lot of factors later on. It's just best to try to keep people happy because they screw up a lot less whenever the morale is high. Their current location, if you have rooms set like life support, and he's in there, it'll show life support. And then their current activity, which all these guys right now are just wandering around. If you open up the duties menu, it's the same as if you look in here. These are all their duties, but we're going to look at one guy in particular. It'll show you what they can work on, and then it shows you where they excel. So the more stars they have, obviously the better they are. Currently we have 3 people unassigned, and then we can assign them a task simply by clicking. Their stats will show you generic stats, and I'm pretty sure they plan to add more, but it'll show their general psych profile, if they have friends, which looks like they've already made friends. He's made friends with both these people. And then what they like to do, their favorite food, things like that, which can kind of help play into keeping their morale up. Like, for example, if a person likes to work out, it might be a good idea to build a workout station for them, so, a gym. And then their Spacebase, the in-game social network. They'll see a lot of this as it goes on. This is a really good way also to find out what their needs are. You can kind of scroll through here and see if they're bored or they're tired or they're needing something. A lot of times they'll post it to their Spacebase. I've noticed that a lot of people, depending on their psych profile, people that are chatty and gregarious tend to post a lot more, and people who are more to themselves, it's kind of hit and miss, and that may be just my observation. I don't know if that's actually coded into the game. Anyway, so we're going to go to the full roster here, and even though this guy right here isn't a great builder, or chick I should say, this girl, we're going to set them all to building because there's nothing else to do right now, and we're going to hit done, and then we're going to hit play. And here in a second you'll see they start flying towards here. There's one, and they'll start building. And it's generally a slow process. A lot of times they'll build the floor first, and then they'll start working on the walls. Um, Now you can immediately assign a room if you want, or you can just wait till it's all built. It doesn't matter either way. And I'm actually going to speed this up so they can get going really quick, because I don't like to wait. Okay. I'll go ahead and assign this room to be my life support since the floor is done. You'll see there's some changes to the design of the room. The same will happen whenever I change this to the airlock. It kind of changes the design of the room. You'll be able to see it a lot better whenever there's actually lighting and everything's all working properly. So we have our 2 rooms assigned, and now we have to build a couple of things. First, we have a guy inside and 2 outside that can't do anything. So we need to get a way for them to get in, which is our airlock. Now the airlock needs 2 things. It needs airlock doors, and let's go ahead and add a door in here as well so they can get into this room. And then it also needs, in the airlock, it needs a spacesuit locker, somewhere for them to put their spacesuit when they come in, or to put their spacesuit on when they go out. So we'll confirm on that, and then let's go ahead and construct some life support. Okay. Now you'll see this is a 3x3 object. It actually doesn't mean that we have to have an entire 3x3 space right here. What's really neat about it is as long as the green isn't touching the object itself, it seems you can still place an object. So a room this small can still hold 4 of these, and we're going to build 3 right now. And hit confirm, and the reason I'm only building 3 is because I don't want to run out of matter, and I still need to build another room and build my mineral extractor or something like that? Yeah, matter refinery. Anyway, so we'll get that started, get them working, hit confirm. Now get them working. And you'll see he's going to build the doors, and now they can get in, and there we go. And now you'll see, if I hit the O2 button, you'll see the oxygen supply in each room. It shows the general supply. When it's red, it's bad. When it's green, it's good. Yellow's in between now. You can also hover a room and it'll show you its oxygen supply. And so they're good. These guys can now come aboard and they can breathe, which is, it's generally a good thing for sentient life. So the next thing we need to do is build that refinery. So we're going to go ahead and construct a room, and I think I'll build it over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and build it over here. Now a refinery can get away with a 4x4. I only want to put 1 in anyway, so we'll put that there. Is that where I want to put it? Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to hit confirm, and then in a minute you'll see one of these guys will fly outside and start patching it up again. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to let them patch that up, and once it's all built, I will see you in the next episode.